rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute everybody in the chat. What's good? What do you do, man? What do you do? What do you do? You played the number one team in your conference. It's the matchup we wanted. It's the matchup we wanted. Knicks fans were telling me this is who they wanted because they remember beating Cleveland in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Salute to Andio, salute to HRM, the great. Hey, I don't know. So I have some thoughts, but I just want to hear what y'all think first. So Bill the Block says this team is nowhere near being a threat to get past the second round. I don't want to hear shit. We are limited in what we can do to improve the team. If y'all think TJ Warren is saving the day, then yeah, I'm with you. HRM says get more second round picks and keep building. Yeah. Hey, Andio says, Knicks Nation, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Sit back and enjoy the show. Yeah. Ribs is in the building. Salute to our guy, Ribs. So I'm disappointed, but I'm not. So I'm disappointed, but not really. Am I disappointed? Am I angry? I think anger better suits this moment, but not for the long term. Like I think anger is what I felt at about 8:15. And no, I'm sorry. Disappointment is what I felt at about 8:15. Anger is what I feel right now. See, I was disappointed because I felt like this team could compete with Cleveland, right? I think I had a feeling Donovan Mitchell was going to hit a dagger three, you know what I'm saying, under 2 minutes to put them up by 7, right? That was my mindset, right? That's what I was thinking. My mindset was, you know, if we lose, then Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland hit a dagger three late and pushed them ahead. And then we could say, well, man, if Josh Hart was here, we'd have beat them. Nah. There's no way adding Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart would have stopped them from beating us by 30. And no disrespect to them. I'm talking about the team. I'm not talking about Mitch or Josh Hart. I'm talking about the team. Okay. I'm angry right now. I was frustrated about an hour and a half ago. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta read some more of y'all comments, man. Let me read some more of y'all comments, man. Y'all put y'all comments in here, man. Let me know how y'all feeling, man. And yes, I missed the barbershop today, man. I was out of town, so hey, man, that man look great. Yeah, I missed the barbershop, whatever. Brandon says, I doubt they make it past the first round. Ooh. Coach is in the building. Salute. Danny Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Coach says he's not worried. Building Block says Cleveland able to get even more wing help in snagging Green. What the F are we doing? We put ourselves in a pickle with no wiggle room. Yep. Ismail Rivas, my brother, is in the building. Says this team is garbage, fellas. Who are we kidding? This team got pounded and gangbanged tonight. This team is a first round exit, nothing more. Coach says, I missed the game. Did Pac-Man look good? Lil Freezie was aggressive. The one thing about Lil Freezie, you can't say he's not aggressive, bro. Lil Freezie got up like 7 shots in like 3 minutes. Hinton Murphy is in the building. Salute. He said the ship has sailed. They are short-handed. Time to fire Tibbs. Oh no! He said time to fire Tibbs. New York 53 is in the building. Says I don't think with Hart or Robinson will make this team. But yeah, I can see that. Is that New York Estate? New York Estate. Okay. All right. I see. My bad. Coach says let's let Precious walk this summer. Yeah. Coach says use Deuce to trade into the draft. I think mistake number one, right? Mistake number one was Tom Thibodeau started Precious and started starting Deuce. That was mistake number one, right? Because Cleveland started 2 small guards. And if there is ever a time to start Deuce, it's against small guards. Right? Why are you bringing Deuce off the bench so he can guard DeAndre Hunter? Did anybody else see that? Like you legit brought Deuce McBride off the bench to guard a 6'8" wing player. Series B, bro. You can't play these two dudes together on defense, bro. You can't. You just can't. And quite frankly, I'm starting to think that you can't play these two dudes together on offense either. I legit am starting to think that you have to have a specific skill set to play with Jalen Brunson on offense. I'm starting to think if you're not a spot up shooter, you can't play with Jalen Brunson. I don't know if that's absolutely true, but I'm starting to feel like it. And so I'm going to ask the basketball minds what y'all think. That on defense, though, those guards, as soon as I saw them getting in the paint, throwing up floaters over Cat, I was like, here come the lobs. And as soon as I said it out loud, it manifested. They started throwing lobs at the rim. And then as soon as they started throwing lobs at the rim, they started getting the open look 3-pointers that they wanted. And as soon as they started getting the open look 3-pointers that they wanted, they started getting the driving lanes that they wanted off the wing. I mean, it was like a trickle that like a volcano. It was like a landslide, bro. Saunders says, I feel like Rose blew it this offseason. Sometimes less is more. Ooh, that's a conversation. Mike, we got to have that conversation, bro. I ain't gonna front. We got to have that conversation, bro. Yeah, we got to have that conversation, y'all. I ain't gonna front. I think we got to have that conversation. Right? Is less more? More or less? Building Block says, I think blind fandom trumps objectivity. We are not there yet, fellas. Yeah, man. And so here's the thing with that. I went on a couple of other fan thingy, whatever, and they were like so addicted to their fandom, whatever. They're calling like their guys the GOAT. I'm gonna change microphones real quick. I just test. Okay. All right. So I got a new microphone up here, y'all. I bought one of those expensive Shure microphones. I'm just trying to test it out, man. I'm thinking about sending it back. Nick G2K1 says, is Tibbs not adjusting at all? No, bro. I'm telling you, dog. As soon as they start turning the corner, he should have went to some type of zone. If they know that we can't keep Garland and Donovan Mitchell out of the paint, you got to zone up, bro. If they're doing something that you can't stop at the rim, you got to go to a zone. Right? If their athletes on offense are better than your athletes on defense, you got to go to a zone. What are we doing? Nick P says, we have too much salary invested. Cat OG and not basing this off this game. Yeah. I think the pieces are there. I think the championship pieces are here. But to me, it's like when you play in spades, and your partner has 8 spades, right? But then save 5 of the little spades to the end, and then they get diced up by the big spades from your opponent. And you're like, bro, why you save that 8 of spades to the end of the game and now it's getting chopped off by a jack of spades, right? That's what I think Tibbs is doing. I think Tibbs don't know how to play spades, basically. And John says, yo, we're scrape and claw past the first round and be in the same boat in the second round like the last few seasons. Yup. And if that happened, bro, I'm killing Tibbs. I mean, I'm not killing Tibbs. That's a little strong, but I'm gonna be his biggest critic all summer. Five Adam says Knicks will lose in the second round. Yep. Building Block says this will not be the team next season. Some changes will be made this summer. There has to be, not a knee-jerk reaction. I think it's the Nova boys. The Nova boys have not played a complete season together, though. The Nova boys haven't played a complete season together, though. I will say this, though. I think we're really missing Dante DiVincenzo. I think it's a Nova boys thing. Jalen Brunson's offense is fantastic, bro. Even tonight, he had 26 points on 17 shots, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I think Jalen Brunson is I think you got to get Jalen Brunson help. I think Jalen Brunson needs more help. Let me phrase it that way. Hinton says they gave up too much in the Bridges trade, the picks. Ooh. Mike says Cat is terrible on defense, but Knicks fans are obsessed with trading Mitch. Mike, let me offer you this. Mike. What if Mikal Bridges could guard wings all game instead of small guards all game? What if OG Anunoby could guard jumbo wings all game, like Pascal Siakam and LeBron James, instead of guarding Donovan Mitchell? What would the defense look like? Right? What if guards and wings didn't just lollygag into the paint and jeopardize Cat all the time? Will we look at the defense different? What if Mikal Bridges guarded SGA all the time? Or what if What if OG Anunoby could guard Jimmy Butler and not Steph Curry? What if OG could guard Giannis and not Dame Lillard? What if OG Anunoby could guard Andrew Wiggins instead of Tyler Hero? What would our defense look like? Nick G 2K1 says, I thought we would see more two-man game with Brunson and Cat. That's on Tibbs. Hey, Nick G, that's on Tibbs, bro. We were screaming at the TV set, bro. And I say TV set, we wasn't even watching it on TV. I was watching it on the computer. But you get my point. Kitty Payne in the building. Salute. Oh, you got a shot for me? Yeah. You want me to drink that whole thing? No. Okay, relax. Calm down. Somebody trying to get me tipsy. Okay. Somebody telling they have an adult talking here. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah. Mike Saunders says Brunson is Iverson-like. He needs role players around him. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Agreed. I think this is the best descriptor of Jalen Brunson that I've seen from a real Knicks fan. I think that's the best descriptor that I've seen from a real Knicks fan. That Brunson is Iverson-like. He needs role players around him. Yep. Bronx Kicks for Life says Leon Rose made one too many moves. Sometimes less is better. Yep. AK says we need Josh. Mike says the Cavs had 91 points at halftime the other day. Yeah, bro, they're no joke. They're no joke. They are no joke, bro. Juan B in a building. Juan B says, respect to everyone. The chat is either Brunson or Cat one-on-one and hope for the foul. Yep. We got the guac, not the entree. That's what it was. We got the hey, Miss Mocha, what's that dip they put on your table? What's that dip they put on your table? The cheese dip. It got like the green stuff in it. Yeah, we got the spinach artichoke dip, y'all. That's what we got. That's what Kenny Payne's saying. Mike says Randall and Devo were perfect fits for Brunson. Randall's heavy ISO game works well with Brunson because he's also a heavy ISO player. Yeah, I think the thing didn't work because Mitch was hurt. I think things look different if Mitch wasn't hurt. Coach says, I'm reaching when I say this, but does Charlotte Luka ball and can we be like I don't know. And 5 Adam says the problem is not coaching. Build the way team and build by roles. Prezi is in the building. Prezi says, here we go with the overreactions. This is a new team. We are losing to the top tier teams because they have played longer with each other and add more players that fit their culture. That may be true. That may be true. Hey, Prezi, I'm gonna say this. So the thing is not that you're not right, right? I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is when the Knicks play against the top tier teams on national TV and get destroyed, of course Knicks fans are going to be upset. Because here's the thing. If the Knicks had played against top tier teams in a nationally televised game on national TV and got destroyed, and Knicks fans didn't say anything, somebody be out there saying the Knicks fans don't care, right? So it can't be like you both or one way or the other, right? Of course we're upset, bro. Of course we're upset because we lost to a team on national TV, got destroyed. Of course, it goes with it. That's the part that we have to accept. What if we didn't care? What if that game was at the Garden and only 8,000 people showed up? And we got blown out by Cleveland. Then people were like, oh man, Knicks fans don't care. They apathetic. You can't have a healthy balance when it comes to stuff like that, bro. Fans want to win. Fans want to win. It's why they root for their team. And I'm not saying that your point is wrong. Just saying, bro, we're human. There's a human element to this that we have to take into account. Ty Barbie in the building says, what changes there to make? I mean, I don't know. What changes, bro? Changes, bro. We're after changes. Yeah, bro, come on, man. Changes. Coach says we can make marginal moves or get rid of a Nova for a PG. Ooh. Wiseman says all teams suffer a blowout at some point. Lakers just got blown out a game or two ago. Yeah. They just lost to Charlotte too. But we're not them. Oh boy, here comes Fritz Alcindor with the instigating. Bro, y'all know Fritz Alcindor is like the biggest troll to ever live, right? Fritz Alcindor is constantly putting salt in y'all wounds, and y'all don't know it because all y'all focus on is the wound. Y'all don't know Fritz is putting salt in y'all. Salute to Haiti's own Fritz Alcindor. Joe White says Brunson needs a Josh Giddey, Alonzo Ball backcourt. Yep. I was just telling them that, bro. Brunson needs I'm gonna say the name's gonna make y'all laugh. Brunson needs a Luka-sized playmaker on offense and a elite backcourt defender on defense. Now, where are you going to find that guy? I don't know. Pretty says, the elite teams are elite because they've been together longer and play cohesive basketball. And yes, we want the chip, but it will happen in future years, not this season. I get it. Marlon Khan is in the building. Salute my guy. Bro, where you been? I was about to send a search party out for. And don't be telling me it was work. Man, I've been busy at work. That's my excuse. My excuse is, yo, I've been busy at work. Yeah, 29th and 3 points against the Denver. Yep. We know. I'm scroll down here just real quick, see what else. Let me see. Let's see. So Praise says, agreed. What I'm saying is motherfuckers bust out the torches, fire test, trade dues, precious venture. Yeah, I got you. I got you. But and I got you. And just to say one more thing about it, and not to needle the point, right? Not to constantly probe at the point, but and we look forward to these games, bro. Like as a Knicks fan, you look forward to these games. Like you see Cleveland on a Friday night, you like, oh man. I was telling Miss Mocha, hurry up. I was like, hurry up, get your ass in the car, hurry up. The Knicks play in 35 minutes. So I'm in the doghouse, right? I'm in the doghouse, and then the Knicks lose. Girl, hurry up, the Knicks play at 7:00. And then they get blown out by 40. And I'm in the doghouse, and the Knicks lost. All right, Dunris Gallman is in the building. Salute. Man, good to see you. B-Baller for real in the building. Good to see you. Sherwin is in the building. Good to see you. Yeah, man. B-Baller for real and lose. They got trounced. Yeah, man. They got trounced. Mike Saunders said, I would love to have Devin Carter, but that won't happen. LOL. Right. No, that won't happen. Yeah, man. Top Notch T is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. I'm not really. I abide by the one of 82 creed, right? I'm starting to live by that 1/82 creed. But the one thing I am getting increasingly more and more frustrated with is that I only use the 1 out of 82 thing when we lose. Right? Y'all notice that? We only say 1 out of 82 when we get destroyed by a top-notch team. Leaving Phillips in the building. Salute. Definitely. We only use the 1 out of 82 balancer, so to speak. When we lose, when we win, we don't say 1 out of 82. Hitterman says you want to make a show when the Knicks lose. I see. No, well, partly it's a Friday night and everybody work week is over. Partly. Part of it. Yeah, part of it is practicality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you working like 11-hour days and then you get off at 9 o'clock. You like, do I want to legit be on the computer from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then get off, get something to eat, and then 30 minutes later, do you want to get back on the computer and rock for 3 hours? That's part of it. Greeny in the building. B-Baller for real says, we don't use the 1 out of 82 when we lose because we lose into all the contention. Kind of negates the 1 out of 82 mantra. Like, yeah, this is only 14 out of 82. Yeah, no, I get it. No, I'm talking about for me as a coping device, right? As a coping device, right? I look at this game as only 1 out of 82. Right? You're not going to miss the playoffs because we lost tonight. Right. There were some things that I saw tonight, and I hope you guys are aware. Right. And I know you guys want me to put all the like the fancy stats on the screen, and the Knicks shot such and such and such was such and such plus minus. This lineup was a such and such plus such and such. Basically, what this game boiled down to is, right? Basically, what this game boiled down to is, we were competitive. Cleveland went on a run. We fumbled the bag. Cleveland went on another run, and then we looked tired. Basically. When Cleveland was up by 20, I legit thought, hey, man, if the Knicks get this game to 7, the last 8 minutes of the game might be interesting. Is what I thought. That was when the lead was at 20. Not when the lead was at 30. DSJ is in the building. Salute. What I'm also going to say in tonight's game, I saw a lot of fatigue lapses. E. Gibson is in the building. Appreciate you, brother. I saw Cat catch a pass in the post, right? And I saw 3 New York Knicks with their feet at the free throw line, not at where the shooter is, but at the box out lines. I saw 3 Knicks at the box out lines, and Cat was like, "Why are y'all at the box out lines?" Right? Y'all are forcing me to take a jump shot. I can't even pass it. Because with y'all there at the box out line straight across, even the person that I passed to is going to be in the same situation I was in. No movement. And then Cat said, "I need a cutter." And then all 3 of the players left where they were and all converged on the same spot trying to cut. And so Cat but reverse spin away and shot a jump shot over DeAndre Hunter and Jared Allen and missed. And they got the rebound because we fumbled it. Bad offense. And that's when Jalen Brunson got his third foul and left the game, everybody. What I just described was when Jalen Brunson left the game, I think he got his third foul. I think he got like an offensive foul to pick up his third foul. And Jalen Brunson left the game. And our guards came. Deuce McBride is not a point guard. Just because you're small and you can dribble doesn't make you a point guard. Right? And Deuce is my guy. Deuce is my guy, bro. Deuce is my guy. But if we're keeping things a stack, there are certain instincts that point guards are born with. Like you don't pick up your dribble. Regardless what happens, you never pick up your dribble. Regardless what happens, you never pick up your dribble. And we have guards that pick up their dribble for no reason. We have guards that kill the play for no reason. They just pick up the ball and start looking. If you kill your own dribble, listen, let the defender kill your dribble. But when you kill your own dribble, Smitty is in the building. Salute David Smith. Man, it's been a minute, bro. Hey, schedules be crazy, bro. Tarzan in the building. Salute. Tarzan say, hey, blame Leon Rose. Leon Rose cost the Knicks 5 first-round picks and millions for this muffin team. that may be true. That may be true. Right? That may be true. Prezi says we need to hit Kolek with the super serum that will get him to play defense. Once everyone has their natural roles, it will click. Everyone is playing. Yep, I think so. I think so. I think OG Anunoby looked very rusty tonight. But you got to play him to get him back in rhythm. Right? What I would say to that, B-Baller for real, listen, real talk. What I would say to that is, if you watch Landry Shamet and Matt Ryan and think for a minute that either player is better than Tyler Kolek, then you see eye to eye with Tibbs. Right? There's no reason on this planet Matt Ryan should have an NBA jersey. There's no, and this is nothing against Matt Ryan. I'm not saying I dislike him as a human being. But for the guys at that size, they're more movement guys. Like guys are like, when guys are like 6'6", 215, they look like SGA. When guys are 6'6", 215, 6'6", 220, they look like Cade. Matt Ryan is 6'6", 220, and he looks like the blocking tight end in your goal line package. And he moves like that. Just Knicks, salute. Right? And Landry Shamet, I love Landry Shamet's story, right? I love the fact that he came here and he's given it his all. And it's unfortunate that he got injured before he could prove to the world what he can do when he's healthy. But we're watching Landry Shamet over and over and over again get cooked by dudes that don't know how to cook. And that's nothing against Landry Shamet, right? Nothing against Landry Shamet. Cowboy Bob in the building, salute. That's nothing against Landry Shamet, right? That's nothing against Landry Shamet personally. I love his story. I love the fact that he came here and gave his all. He got injured. That's unfortunate. I'm not taking that for granted. What I'm saying to you guys is I don't think Landry Shamet is better than Pacom Dadier.
Good evening. Actually, salute. How y'all doing tonight? Salute, Unc. Salute, everybody. Look, for me,
Hey,
it's...
you could have, Cowboy Bob, you could have let me finish my thing, bro. You
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, no, I was just saying salute to everybody. Just saying thank you for having me on. That was it.
Cool. So I was saying, y'all, that the Landry Shamet minutes thing, I do think those minutes should have gone to Pacom Dadier. And I know this is a veteran team, right? No, Tarzan, I saw you. I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I saw it. Ron from Far Rock. Ron Far Rock is in the building. Salute. I'm gonna say this. In a pinch, legitimately, y'all. In a pinch in the playoffs, I don't think there is a world in a pinch where Tom Thibodeau would play Matt Ryan significant minutes at all. Say in a game 6, OG Anunoby just walked off the floor because he stepped on somebody's foot, but he'll be back. And so you just need somebody to hold it down for like 20 minutes. I don't think Tibbs is going to Matt Ryan. Right? Like, say if Mikal Bridges bumped his elbow in the first quarter and he just need an hour to get treatment on it and he'll be back in the third quarter. I don't think you can trust Landry Shamet in that role. And truth be told, I think y'all agree with me. I think y'all don't. I don't think y'all trust Matt Ryan and Landry Shamet either. Now, of course, we got to play the good soldier because these are our players and we're not trying to throw them away. You know, we're not saying, we're not trying to do, we're not trying to rain on our own players. But deep down inside, a lot of us know that jersey Matt Ryan is wearing probably should be T.J. Warren or Chuma Okeke already, based on I think based on what we know Tibbs to be. I think we all know that Matt Ryan should be gone and Chuma Okeke should be here. If you're looking for athletic defenders that are just going to come in and play defense, right? I think that's just what it is. And just to throw a jab at the calculator guys, if we had just drafted Ryan Dunn, we wouldn't be looking for a 6'8" defender. Y'all, did anybody watch All-Star Weekend? Did anybody watch Ryan Dunn's defense on James Harden, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant? All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend, did y'all watch Ryan Dunn's defense against Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Steph Curry? And for a millisecond, did you think, when you saw that elite defense, for a millisecond, you're like, nah, I'm glad we didn't draft him. I'm glad, we traded back so that we can get, so that we can save money to bring in Matt Ryan and Landry Shamet. Tarzan says, do you think this team better than last year's team? Yes, I think so. And Joe White says Dunn wasn't getting any run. Nah, he was going to get run, bro. That man's defense right now is better than Mikal Bridges, bro. Right now, this moment, this millisecond, his defense is better than Mikal Bridges. Ryan Dunn legit would have been Tom Thibodeau's dream come true. Built in a lab to be a Tibbs player. Off rip, he was going to give you better defense than Luol Deng. Off rip. Just off go. As soon as he got his jersey, and said, thanks, coach, he was a better defender than Luol Deng. And it's no disrespect to Mikal Bridges, because y'all know I like and appreciate Mikal Bridges, bro. I think Mikal Bridges every night somehow is our second to third best player every night, even when the shooting numbers aren't there. Even when the shooting numbers aren't there, somehow I think Mikal Bridges is our second to third best player every night. That's what I think. I think every night, depending on the matchup, like sometimes Cat's our best player, and then Bridges, and then Brunson, and then most nights is Brunson, and then Cat, and then Bridges. But every now and then you'll see a Cat will have like 9 points and 9 rebounds, but Mikal Bridges will have 40 and defended somebody from the windows to the wall. I think Mikal Bridges is our unsung guy. Sherwin says, please talk about Cat complete game. I'll do that if we agree to talk about Cat's complete game and Jalen Brunson's complete game. How about that? Because somebody told me that Jalen Brunson doesn't get paid to play defense.
What? That's
Yep. Somebody told me that Jalen Brunson was not brought here to play defense.
But 50% of the game is defense. Like, I'm confused by that statement. So
Somebody told me that Jalen Brunson was not brought here to play defense. Is somebody in the chat lying about defense? Is somebody in the chat lying about defense? You know I'll pull the numbers up. Y'all know I will pull the numbers up, right? To you know what I'm saying, for people that spread weird narratives, right?
I just want to know who said that, because to be honest, I want to ask them, what is Brunson's role in here? Because if he's just meant for offense, then I don't think that that's real value. That's only
I'm just
50.
I'm just saying if don't come in the chat lying now. Don't come in the chat spreading lies. Like, yeah, you know, I saw a stat that said, because you know I pull a stat up. You know, we'll do that in the Cowboy Bob, you know, we'll do that in a heartbeat, right? Like
Yeah, we will.
we'll listen to somebody's show on YouTube, right? And they'll say something crazy. They'll say something crazy like, man, the Knicks defense, man, is such and such and such and such. And then when you ask them for the data, right? When you ask them for the data, you're like, oh man, nah, man, that wasn't the data that I was looking for. Let me find. I'm gonna find something just a little. Where is it? Right, there it is. The Knicks are 13. The Knicks are 13, tied with the Spurs right behind the Hawks, Mavericks, and Lakers. No, don't come in the chat lying like, man, the Knicks defense is such and such and such. Like, yeah. Don't come in the chat lying like, hey man, such and such, the Knicks defense, such and such and such. But then the data will say something else, and they're like, man, that data don't make sense, man. That's not the data I use. That's not the data that I use. I use different data. Right. No, I got you.
Yeah, I
DSJ,
want.
don't come in the chat lying, DSJ. Hey, DSJ, don't come in the chat lying talking about the Knicks ranked 45th in pick and roll defense.
45th in defense, pick and roll.
Yo, oh my God. Where DSJ at? Where's DSJ? Okay. DSJ, don't you come in here lying, right? Talk about the Knicks are 65th and defensive rebounding, bro. Don't do that. Don't you do that, DSJ. So B-Baller for real says Tibbs doesn't care if Cat Brunson played little to zero defense. Man, it's
How do y'all come up with these conclusions or these ideas that defense isn't a part of the game? Is it because of how offense has been the last few years bringing up stats? Like, yeah, offense wins the game, but you can also win through good defense. I'm just confused how everyone's just discounting defense when defense is meant to help you make stops. Because if you look at Boston, how we played them, if we had bad, like worse defense, we would have lost by even more. So I'm just confused.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But what's been happening though, I'm not gonna lie, it's as much as we like to think that defense is the most important thing in the game, for me or Tibbs, you got to actually look at how the league has changed. We're just behind the curve. We waited a little bit too late to start defending the perimeter. And the system we're trying to incorporate right now, yeah, we're behind as far as the league, but it's still new to us. So everything we're doing is being utilized as new. So for me, it's like it's a work in progress because how are you going to be that high in offense? I think we're third in offense, but then we're 13th in defense. But then it's a problem and say that defense isn't important in the game when we had our best start to the All-Star break this season. As far as winning and as far as handling what we were doing. Like I said, it's just a bad loss we had tonight, and everybody's like, let's burn it down, start over like we've never been here before, you know?
So how do you describe pick and roll defense?
It's very hard to describe it
Describe
because
describe it on a base level.
the best way to say it is pick and roll defense helps out the guard and the picker. They get spacing to create a shot. And it's very hard to defend against that because if you were to do it with Brunson and Cat, we all know all Brunson needs is a little space and he can go off. He may he does miss sometimes, but
Pick and
he's a
roll
shooter.
defense. Pick and roll defense.
Oh, defense. Okay, so with the pick and roll defense, the problem is the screener gives the spacing to the ball handler. The problem with that is the ball handler, if he's a good shooter, he can take the shot, have enough space to take the shot, or he has enough to draw two defenders that creates an open path for another player. Now down low, you have a mismatch. So when it comes to pick and roll defense, it's very hard to gauge. We've seen this in USA basketball when they played against Baby Shaq. Remember that when we had Melo and all of them, and they were playing against Baby Shaq, and they couldn't do it with the smaller guys because they were getting killed down low with the big taking advantage of the smaller guys. And then when they brought the bigs in,
I'm talking about the pick and roll defense though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when he would set the screen, you put a smaller person on a bigger guy who's setting the screen. So if the center's setting the screen, you put a, a smaller center on him. That will now give the advantage to the center once he screens and then runs to the basket. Now you either will have two people following him, which will give the shooter or the ball handler the shot space that he needs, or it'll make you look weak on the interior because if it's a big guy, he's going to take advantage. Now, if you put a big guy on him and he picks and rolls, the shooter can just shoot. So either way, you're going to have a disadvantage because it's going to create for either the center who's setting the screen or it's going to create for the ball handler to take the shot. And we've seen it with Boston. We've seen how Jason Tatum was getting his screens over, and then he was able to just shoot over everybody. That's why pick and roll defense, it's hard to stop. And you can't fight through every screen because now that you're telepathing. So pick and roll is really just to allow a shooter to get spacing or create another play for another person. That's what I said.
Why do teams run the pick and roll in the first place then?
It's an advantage to create a switch, a mismatch, if you want to say, because now you'll have two defenders either pressuring the ball handler and then you have a mismatch down low, or it'll give him a free shot because of the spacing. So pick and roll is very hard, especially if you don't have good defense. Like when you said Ryan Dunn, he will give you just enough room to where he could still contest the shot. And it takes a high IQ player to actually stop a pick and roll defense. But this league isn't like how it was back in the 90s where everyone had a high IQ. This league is about athleticism, shooting the ball, being fast, so the IQ isn't the same. So to prepare for pick and roll defense, you actually have to practice that. And that's not being taught because practices aren't the same and players aren't trained to fight through screens or step up through a screen. And it's taught at a young age. So It's very difficult now in this league to stop a pick and roll. You even seen it. The only way I think we did it well was against Jokic when we played against the Nuggets. When Jokic was at the top of the key, we were fighting through. We knew what we were doing, but we had OG then too to help out. So it's very hard to stop a pick and roll defense. I mean, to stop a pick and roll offense because everyone says we can't guard the three. Pick and roll is perfect for setting that up. And if you got a guy who could finish at the rim, that's a 3-point play for him too. Because if he gets a smaller defender, small forward, power forward, and the center still at the top trying to pick up the shooter, now that you leave him open to get to the free throw line. So it's very difficult to do it. And I don't think that it's being taught or practiced as often as it used to be. That's why we're seeing it being exposed by especially the Knicks. Because if you think about it, Cat can't, if Cat's at the perimeter, we already know how bad that is off of a pick and roll. Anything else after that, it's like, damn, Cat's out of the interior paint. And it also creates a problem because if Cat drops back, now the big guy can shoot a free throw. Look at Embiid. Embiid and Maxey. When Embiid does the pick and roll with them, he's at the free throw line and he can hit that shot. So once you pick up Maxey after the screen with the defender that was on Embiid, he can get to his spot and just pull up and shoot. Because players are taught to not play really defense. It's the system to where everyone has to help out. It's not, hey, like you said, Ryan Dunn. He can lock in on a defender. You got like guys like Ryan Dunn, guys like the dude that just went to OKC with the Giddy trade. Can't believe I forgot his name. Alex Caruso. You got guys like that who actually know what to do. Those are rarities in this league. And we don't have one of those guys. Even if you were to put Bridges on a switch, Bridges don't fight through screens. And then he's a smaller guy going against a bigger dude. It's not good. So we have to get back to basically basics for us to beat that. It's a lot, but pick and roll is very difficult for this team because we're a heavy offensive team and we score off a transition and we do a lot of things for our offense, but on the defensive end, we're lacking because we're using all our talent on offense.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a lot to learn, but we don't have time to sit here. And everyone says we don't have time to learn this and learn that, but we should. This is the perfect time because when we hit in the playoffs, what do you think we're gonna see? Pick and roll. It worked with Steph. It's working with Boston now. They're doing 2, 3 screens just to give the guy enough room to where he can shoot. They're running plays to do that. And we're not prepared for it. Again, we're behind the curve. We just started opening up our offense to the 3 ball. Now we got to learn how to fight through pick and rolls. You can stop it, but it's just, I don't think we have the personnel or talent to do it.
So we don't have the talent or the personnel to do it.
Yeah. Because if OG's not on the court, I'm sorry. Look at how we looked. Like, the talent that we need for you to do an effective defense against a pick and roll, you need a 2 guard that has height and length to where he can at least use his length and his height to create difficulty in the shot if he gets screened. Meaning, yeah, he may be late, like he'll get screened, and then the guy's going up for a shot, he could still put a hand up on a defender. We don't have that. Brunson's short. We don't have a true 2 guard because we're using Josh Hart at the 2. So now for us to have an actual defender, we need someone with length and athleticism that can cover that. And we don't have that.
So you mentioned the 2. So that means you have a 2, 3, and 4 on the floor, right? Along with your 5. So if you have a 4 on the floor, then shouldn't he be the weak side rim protector when your big is caught up and can press to press the ball handler to pick up the ball?
Yeah, but our four is OG, and OG would be in that. Okay, so in the
So
pick and roll,
OG Anunoby's not a good defender?
no. What I'm saying is we have OG at the four. So with that weak side help, like you just explained, OG would be moving to the two on defense. Like what you would see is we would move OG from the four on defense to the two to help out with the pick and roll. That won't be effective because now you have Josh Hart down there. So now we have the mismatch down low. So when you look at everything, we don't have an efficient two to then have OG be the four that can be the weak side defender. And Mikal Bridges is technically a two, and he's playing technically if he's going to be moving there as opposed to having Hart, it's still a mismatch because of this height and and the athleticism that they're going to be going against because they're going to be going against fours. So for me, having OG at the four was actually bad for us. It worked because we were winning games, but now over time we're seeing that OG need to be at the three.
So, traditionally, fours don't go there. Traditionally, power forwards stay in the box rim area.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't move. They don't leave a certain area defensively.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call them power forwards,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they basically stay around the rim and help with rim protection with the center.
I understand that, but again, like I said, I see us moving OG to the four, but then on defense he's at the two with Bridges, or you can't put him there because of what he does defensively. He makes up for a lot of things that we don't have, and we can't rely on only OG. But that creates a weakness on the back end. That's why I said we move. If you move him up, we don't have a guy that can do that. That's our disadvantage.
So what if we play Charlotte and they have Miles Bridges and Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah, right. And Brandon Miller is cooking us. Do you not switch OG Anunoby onto Brandon Miller, even if Miles Bridges is playing the four for them?
Honestly, I wouldn't even do that. I would.
Or since we're going by the nomenclature rule where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 have to match up against the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We go by that rule.
I mean, we have a player who
I
can
mean,
actually.
ones have to guard ones, right? That's why you number them one, right?
Yeah.
And twos have to guard twos. That's because
Mm-hmm.
that's why you number them twos, right? And threes have to guard threes. That's why they're numbered. You call them a name, small forward. So hey, all night long, small forwards are going to guard small forwards, right?
Right.
And power forwards are going to do traditional power forward stuff. They're going to look like Charles Oakley all night, right? They're not gonna become Jason Tatum's jumbo wing players. They're going to be power forward, traditional fours, right? Chad, that's what y'all wanted to hear, right? That OG Anunoby is not a wing player. That OG Anunoby is a power forward. Is that what y'all want to hear? OG Anunoby is Charles Oakley, Terry Cummins.
I just think we need to use Packham because I think he can help out on that situation. But we're not using him. He has the height, he has the defense, and the IQ to help us out. But Tibbs isn't playing them. I guess sometimes when you have like if we look at our starting five, as much as I like Josh Hart, if Packham were to start, that pick and roll defense would look different, and we would actually have an advantage. because now you have OG on the backside helping out if the defender gets the pick and roll and the big steps up and can get his shot off. OG will be there.
In that traditional power forward role.
Yeah, he can play the traditional power role, but now he's playing multiple. He's not just playing the traditional power role. He's playing multiple positions. He's guarding the wing. He's coming back. He's doing too much, is what I'm saying. And I think that we need to find a way to add Packham in, because he's going to help out Brunson. Because when they do the switches and the pick and rolls for Brunson can't do that much because of his height. And I'm not knocking him like, oh, he can't play, he can't do this. But really, to tell you the truth, when it comes to defense, he's only good for a charge or staying in front of his man. But Packham, if they do a pick and roll with Brunson on, let's say Tatum, and they do a pick and roll, Packham steps up. Now Tatum actually has a mismatch to where we can have OG come from the back end of the court under the basket to come up to contest the shot for the big. That's how it would work. But because we're not using Packham, we're relying on Josh Hart and guys who are athletic or have good basketball IQ, but they're limited, so to speak. So it's not working. We're actually just basically running against the wall for no reason.
What I would say to the pick and roll defense thing, for those that are concerned with pick and roll defense, you have to remember that an offense is going to hunt for the weakest one of the pack. And then they're going to put that player in a pick and roll conundrum, first of all. Right? Like, legitimately, you're not going to see a team hunt for Lou Dort to put Lou Dort in a pick and roll situation. That's not smart. What teams are going to do is hunt for either Jalen Brunson or Karl Anthony Towns. And in a sweet matchup, they're going to get both, right? The Utah Jazz's young coach devised a play where they legitimately found Jalen Brunson wherever he was hiding and put him in pick and roll defense and torched him and Cat at the same time. Our two defenders, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, were away. OG Anunoby was guarding the 7-foot dude. What's the 7-foot dude that can shoot? You remember the 7-foot dude that can shoot? The one people wanted? Lauri Markkanen. Right? OG was guarding Lauri Markkanen, and Mikal was guarding their starting guard, the real athletic guard that they have. Not Colin Sexton, but the other one. And so in the pick and roll, what people have to remember is the pick and roll is not about what the guard does. The pick and roll describes what the big does, right? Do you pick and roll? Do you pick and pop? Do you pick and fade? Right? The person setting the screen, the entire play is describing what that person does. Not the ball handler, right? The name of the play is not called dribble and weave around a screener. That's not the name of the play. The name of it is called pick and roll, right? Because one guy is going to pick and roll or screen and roll, right? I think that's what we forget about when we talk about such things, like when we legitimately talk about basketball one-on-one and a lot of these things, right? What we forget about is the basic element of basketball, right? A team is not going to put, for instance, Drew Holiday and Derek White in a pick and roll. They're not going to do that because both of those guards are 6'5", kind of athletic, super strong for their position. Very heady, smart defenders. You're not going to pick and roll Derek White and then have your offensive man rubbed off on Drew Holiday. Now Drew Holiday is guarding Cat, or something to that thing. What they're going to do is pick the weakest defender. We're going to run a pick and roll, try to get Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown's not a weak defender, right? But you want him farther away from the rim because he's more of a defensive threat at the rim than Drew Holiday and Derek White. He can jump. He's athletic. He's strong, right? So when we talk about pick and roll defense, the first thing we should think about as Knicks fans is, why are teams running the pick and roll so much against us? That should be the Poppy Hector. Poppy Hector, shouldn't that be the first question? Why are teams running so much pick and roll against us? Right? Is it just because Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns are not great defenders? Or is it easy to game plan against the Knicks because the Knicks never mix up their defensive coverages? Right? The reason why, in my mind, the reason why teams run pick and roll against the Knicks so much is because Tom Thibodeau doesn't mix up his defensive coverages enough where a team loses sleep on how to beat the Knicks. That's the first thing. That's the first thing, right? That's the first thing. The first thing is Tom Thibodeau's defense is predictable. And as soon as I say that, if you're in the chat and alarm bells don't go off about, oh, that's why teams get all those open three-point looks against us. If that didn't click in your mind, then you should probably just take a second to hear me out. Teams pick and roll us to death for a number of reasons. First reason is that you can game plan pick and roll 5 days in advance playing the Knicks, and the defense is not going to change. Everything you saw on tape in February is the same stuff you saw on tape in November. For one. Two, the Knicks have 3 subpar defenders on the floor in their starting lineup. Right? One of them is terrible. One of them don't care, and the other one loses his awareness because he wants to do other stuff. Jalen Brunson is a bad defender that cares about defense that just can't do it. And there's no harm in that. There's no harm in that. There are plenty of us in the chat now that are bad at stuff that know people that are good at that thing that we're bad at. Right? Like for instance, I'm gonna use Brandon for example. Brandon, how many people do we know can fix cars? But you ask us to fix the car, and we like, nah. Right? So when I say that against Brunson, I'm not knocking Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson tries on defense every night. He's just not that guy. Now, when you flip it to the offensive side, Jalen Brunson is absolutely that guy on offense. Absolutely. And so when I say that, I'm not saying that I hate Brunson. What I'm saying is Jalen Brunson is a great scorer and facilitator and captain and leader. Defense just is not his thing. Karl-Anthony Towns, however, he don't care. Listen, chat, y'all can talk to me about Mitch or Cat or whichever one you prefer. I don't care. When I see Karl Anthony Towns play defense, he just don't give a shit. Y'all can say what y'all want. Say what you want to say about Cat. You can say whatever you want to say about Karl Anthony Towns. You can be like, Uncle Freezie love Cat. Or why Uncle Freezie be hating on Cat all the time, man? He our player. Karl Anthony Towns don't care nothing about defense. I don't care which side of the argument you on. Every night, we like, why Cat let that man shoot that in his face? He don't care. It's not a priority to him. To Cat, scoring and rebounding are a priority to Karl Anthony Towns. I saw Cat run by a guy, no lie, hand to the man. Me and Cowboy Bob were on playback TV watching the game on playback TV. Y'all should come over there and watch it with us. Right? Y'all need to come over to playback TV and watch the game with us. Because I commentate a little bit during the game. I don't talk over the game. Right? I like to let people watch the game, but I'll say a little thing every now and then on playback TV, right? In a half-court transition, Cat was racing back to get to his man at the rim. He passed by a guy that was shooting a three and didn't even put a hand up. He didn't even wave at the guy that was shooting the three. He ran by the guy that was shooting the three. The guy made the three, by the way. Right? And then there's Josh Hart. I know we love Josh Hart, right? I know we love Josh. I know we love Josh. Right? But there have been lapses. We have it on tape that Josh Hart just has mental lapses where Josh Hart expends so much energy, so much stuff. There's so much stuff going on with Josh. Yeah, like the game that we lost to Atlanta in the Garden. Josh Hart got blown by 5 times, right? And not because the guy sauced him up. It's because Josh is distracted with so many other things going on. From the guy take off, go by Josh, and the dude dunked on Cat at the rim. And Josh is like, why are you not protecting the rim? And we're like, Josh, why you let that man blow by you, bro? Like, how you mad at Cat giving up points in the paint when if you stop dudes from getting in the paint, Cat wouldn't get exposed? The game, what's the game before the All-Star break? The game before the All-Star break where I think Cowboy Bob, was that the Celtics we played on a Saturday night?
I think so, yes.
When Jason Tatum went by Karl Anthony Towns, tossed him up and went by Cat. Remember when people was like, yo, move Cat to the 4 so he can guard Jason Tatum? And Cat went out there on Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum went by Cat and dunked on Precious at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking like, yo, why you letting him dunk down here? And we're like, why are y'all letting dudes get down here?
That was the first play, actually, yeah.
Right. Yeah, Nick Yak, I agree with you. Nick Yak, I agree with you. Everybody's going to have OG Anunoby gambles a lot. Nick Yak read my mind. So Nick Yak, don't think it's just I'm saying that this is just Josh Hart. It's everybody. Bro, even Lou Dort gambles a lot and gets beat on defense, bro. Right? Asar Thompson gets beat on defense sometimes, but he'll recover. Right? So the thing I'm saying is when you talk about pick and roll defense, man, you can't blame pick and roll defense on one person. It starts at the top. First of all, if I played you in November and you hadn't changed your defensive sets in February, right? If I see Trae Young getting whatever he wants at the free throw line and below on Monday, and it's the Knicks, why do I have to change my offense on that Friday? I know it's going to be the same defensive look I saw on Monday on tape. That's what I'm saying. Like when we say certain things, everything is not as cut as dried as what it sounds like. Now, is Cat a bad defender? I'm going to say if he were motivated to be a good defender, he could be one. He just don't care. He just don't. You can see it. You can see it. You can see that if Cat were motivated to play defense, he would be a defender. But it takes too much energy to be a two-way player in the NBA. There are not many guys, Jalen Brunson included, that can give you 25 points a game, 10 rebounds, and be a great defender.
Facts, facts.
Bro, go watch a Milwaukee Bucks game. Watch a Milwaukee Bucks game, right? And watch Giannis. Giannis is gonna play defense at the beginning of the game. He's gonna start scoring and not play defense. Not play. He's gonna look around. Hey, why you ain't grab that man, bro? Play defense, bro. And then at the end of games, when games matter, you're gonna see Giannis play great defense because it's too hard to score 25 points a game in the NBA, grab 10 rebounds, and be an elite rim protector. And I know Knicks fans don't care about Cat being an elite defender. They just want him to care. They just want him to be good. Like, you don't have to be elite. You don't have to be Tim Duncan down there. You don't have to be Tim Duncan. You could just be decent. Right? And here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing, like Cowboy Bob. Remember when I said, when you hear like a topic like pick and roll defense, you can't just go by the first thing you hear.
Yeah.
Right? One of the things about our pick and roll defense is we tag and recover. Right? Because we know Cat is bad. So we draw a defender in from that side. Right? Like, say I'm going right, I get a screen, I fake left, but I'm going right. Right? Cat has to come from the other side of the lane to cut me off. But I'm already beating him. I already got. See, the thing is, Sherwin, this is one of the things that I was hoping that you would talk about in the chat, but y'all be so busy just saying like the basic stuff. I be wanting y'all to get in y'all bag. That's why I'm gonna be putting y'all stuff on the screen. I be wanting y'all to get in y'all bag, right? Like, here's the thing about Cat. As soon as the man turns the corner from the screen, Cat is already turned inside. As soon as the big man in drop is not dropping back or going forward in a line like this, as soon as you see that big man's shoulders turn, he already beat.
That is facts.
He's already beat. Because the thing about the pick and roll is you want a big alien Martian in space to move their feet. You want the pick and roll is about getting King Kong to move his feet in traffic without hitting something. That's what it is. And when you get that, that's why those bigs draw those ticky-tack fouls, right? Or they give up easy shots, right? You want an alien, a 6'10", 6'11", 7', 7'1" guy to move his feet and position his body without drawing the foul and making the shooter miss. But with Cat, instead of dropping, as soon as Cat sees the guy, he's already turning. As soon as he turns, he cannot reverse his turn to defend a lob that's going over his head. Sherwin, you saw that tonight. If you saw the game, you saw it tonight. Right? You saw it tonight. As soon as that man start turning his body and the ball changes direction, Cat is beat out of the play. That's why you saw those lobs and floaters. Because he can't get there. As soon as he turns his body, now he got to adjust back to something that's already happened and these things, and he already beat. And so Tibbs sees this, and then he brings a guy out the corner, say it's Josh Hart. Josh Hart has a man in the corner spotted up, right? As soon as he sees Cat get beat, Josh Hart leaves his man to go help Cat because Cat is beat. And now the man is in the corner wide open for three. And y'all already know the vibe. The corner three-point shot is the easiest three-pointer in the NBA to make. That's why so many people shoot it. But how do we get there? How do we get to the point that the man is threatening Cat? Cat is turned out of position because he has a guy behind him and the guy headed his way. How do we get there? By stopping the ball. Remember, the pick and roll is a two-man play. It's a 2-on-2 that creates a 2-on-1 advantage going to the rim. That's what the pick and roll is. It's a 2-on-2 play that creates a 2-on-1 going towards the rim. And it forces the defense to adjust because now the teeth of the defense is threatened.
You spin on. Keep going, man. I like this. This is what I like to hear.
But it's as simple as this. Like, if we had y'all gotta stop stealing my thunder, bro. Y'all gotta let me, like, when I start to cook, bro, y'all got yo, what I'm saying? So when you get Jalen Brunson in the pick and roll, and everybody knows that he's not a defender, right now, as soon as Jalen Brunson tries to dodge the screen, you know he's not going to recover because he's not quick enough. Jalen Brunson is not quick twitch. He's crafty. He's crafty. That's a good thing, by the way. It's not a diss. Jalen Brunson is not quick twitch and all that stuff. He's crafty. Right? But as soon as you see the pick and roll handler rub Brunson off the pick, you already know it's a 2-on-1 at the rim. Now you got Cat in space, like, what do? I got to drop back to take away the lob. But now dudes are shooting floaters in my face. If I run at the dude right to stop the floater and he pump fake, I'm going to start getting them ticky-tack fouls that Knicks fans hate. Now I'm going to start getting these ticky-tack fouls that Knicks fans hate, right? They're going to hate. Man, I hate when Cat get them ticky-tack fouls. I hate when Cat not aggressive on defense. I hate Cat pick and roll defense. I hate that Cat don't drop back and swat stuff at the rim. He don't have enough shots blocked, right? And so now you get this conundrum of the Knicks. As soon as it happens, Knicks fans are going to hate Cat for whichever. He pick up ticky-tack fouls. He's out of position. He's letting dudes shoot floaters over him. He's giving up lobs, right? All these different things. All because a pick and roll handler got a good screen, rubbed his man off. Jalen Brunson is out of the play because he's not quick enough to recover. And now you're jeopardizing Karl Anthony Towns, who don't really care about defense. And Knicks fans will be like, oh, Cat's just terrible defensively and blah, blah, blah. It takes a lot of energy to score 25 or 24, whatever he's averaging, and double-digit rebounds. It just takes a lot of energy to do that. If Cat was a good defender and was 25 and 13 rebounds, he's the league MVP. Cat at 20, 25, 13, 3 assists, a steal and a half. He's the league MVP. And I'm not defending Cat's defense, by the way. I know some people for the people that love Mitch, they're gonna swear up and down, I'm defending Cat defense. I'm not defending Cat defense. Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? Is that what y'all been hearing for like the last 6 months? Me defending Cat defense? Lamar Jackson was good. This dude, he don't care about defense. But he does provide other stuff that is a value add to this team that we've never had before. Right? And when you take into account all of these things that we said about defense, chat, all of the stuff that we've added, like all the stuff that y'all are saying about the defense, these things are accurate, but we don't. The thing about a patchwork quilt is you have to sew all these patches together. Like some people are saying, man, Cat don't block shots. And then somebody else will say, man, Cat stay getting all these ticky-tack fouls. And then somebody will say, man, Cat don't get deep enough in the drop. And then some people will say, Cat is out of position in the pick and roll, right? Like we'll say all of these sparse things all over the place instead of knitting all these things together to have a point to say to everybody else out there.
Damn, keep going, man. I'm listening. It's like listening to Nas back in the day. You spitting.
So what you gonna say about the pick and roll defense, bro?
I just don't think we using the right people. Cause like exactly what you just said, if we were to put Packham in that 2 position.
I didn't say Packham, and I didn't say
No, I know. I'm just saying what I'm saying is I agree with what you're saying, but we don't have the personnel. And to be honest with you, you simply just said we have 3 defenders that aren't good on defense because of their efficiencies. And that's where we're lacking. That's what they're taking advantage of. And it's being put in a microscope to where now we're looking like we don't know how to play defense. They're exposing our weaknesses by playing the pick and roll schemes the exact way you just explained it. And we all know how Trae Young and everyone else can see certain movements. So for me, it's like you got to teach it. You guys got to get back into practicing, but I think we're too late in the game for people to learn how to do that, how to actually pick and roll and how to do a setup. Because no matter what we do, we're deficient. Three defenders that are somewhat reasonable, it's not going to help. And even if you were to have 3 defenders in Mitchell, let's say you put Mitchell on the court, okay, now you got 3 good defenders. Where's the offense? So for pick and roll, you have to have the right personnel and the right mentality to do it. And I don't think we have the guys that are in the mindset to do that. They're all great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking them. I agree with everything you said. I'm just saying I think that's what we're lacking. We're lacking the effort on learning how to do better. Like everyone's just rolling with the punches as opposed to doing better.
right. Okay. So that's your summary on how to fix it.
It's more than that. It's these players gotta actually talk. Like they gotta communicate. We don't communicate on the floor what to do and what not to do. We were doing it earlier in the season when you see Brunson talking, you see Josh Hart talking, but we're not doing that. These guys are just going through the motions. It's like they believe in the system so much that even when it's flawed, they keep running the same idea.
Hey, chat. I'm gonna ask the chat. Chat, how do y'all think we should fix it? How do we fix it? I'm just asking chat how we fix it, man.
Gotta run it in practice and practice it.
Hold on,
You
let the chat answer Cowboy Bob. Chat. How do y'all fix it? So I'm gonna put something on the screen. I'm gonna put something on the screen, and I know this is gonna rub some of y'all the wrong way. Since we all cool here, I'm gonna just tell you up front, I don't care. If you rub the wrong way by this, I don't care. I need for you to get facts. This is how you fix it right here. Y'all see that? Y'all see the number? Y'all see the column that I sorted, right? The person that plays the most minutes for the Cleveland Cavaliers plays 31 minutes a game. That's how you fix it. That's how you fix it. Let me do this real quick. Ismail Rivas, thank you for the generous contribution. Ismail Rivas says Freezie need to be starting on this team. On this team, B.I. enforcer. Nah, man, come on, man. Corey Lee, the place to be. Thank you for the generous contribution. Corey Lee says, with a lot more effort. I'm going to disagree with that. I think how you fix it is multiple reasons, right? Like, how does Cleveland played last night, right? And they looked fresh, right? Wonder why that is. Because they don't play a select group of guys all the time. Right? Right. How we fix our team defense and things of that sort. Give guys rest. Make guys earn roles. Right? The thing that I figured out is Landry Shamet was given a spot. Landry Shamet was given a role. He didn't earn that role. Landry Shamet didn't earn that role that he's in right now. There's no way Tom Thibodeau can tell me out of training camp and a dude that missed most of the season has shown you more than any other NBA player that didn't have a contract. There's no way you can tell me that. How you fix it, play dudes less minutes, man. Tibbs, like dudes don't need to be playing 38 minutes, bro. And I don't want to hear nothing about no damn. But they're the minutes police. The fans don't know what they talk about, man. We want to play. Right. We want to play, right? Josh is hurt. Cat was hurt. OG was hurt. Mitch has been hurt half the time since Tibbs has been here. Right? Deuce has been hurt. Deuce missed like 9 games. Cameron Payne was hurt. We got to relax with like the macho stuff, man. You could be the most macho team in the world. If you don't win a championship, you're a loser. Our culture says we run through walls. Okay. Keep running through walls and see which entity is going to get hurt first, the person or the wall. Cowboy Bob, if a human being keeps running through the wall, right, which entity you think is going to get hurt first, the person or the wall?
The person wasting too much energy running through a wall.
That's thing number one, how you fix it, right? You don't have to baby these guys by giving them rest, right? Letting people rest is not babying them, right? That's not babying a professional athlete. These guys give maximum effort every time. Every time I have never seen OG and Anobi not give max effort. I have never seen Jalen Brunson not give max effort. I'm talking about for the total game. I've never seen Cat not give max effort. I'm talking about for the total game. Right? That's the first thing. The second way how you improve your defense is give offenses different looks. Make the defense look different from time to time. Right? Get out of your 4-3 Steve Spagnuolo defense and get in your 3-4 Mike Tomlin defense. Get in your nickel coverage Todd Bowles defense. Get in your 46 Buddy Ryan defense at times. Right? You legit have to mix up your defenses. Because teams don't even have to game plan for you. Oh, they run an ice pick and roll. Okay.
I agree, and I think that there's a lot of things we have to work on, but being what we have, we're not even using our bench. We're not using none of the young guys, and they could help out so much more. Like you got Shamit, you got Payne. Payne don't even look the same anymore. Like everything that was going good earlier is being exposed now. And the best way to fix it is using the younger talent that we have so we can go ahead and fight through this chaos. Because when it comes to how it's just easy for everyone, look at Trae Young. Every time we play Trae Young, it's just like easy for him. We make these other guys look good because we're just believing in a system that we think can work when we need to start making some changes. I honestly just think, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say just this thing real quick, man, before I go, because I gotta be on the clock at 9:00. 9 to 9 tomorrow, man. 9 to 9.
You a much better man than me.
But this one other thing I want to mention. There's one other thing I want to mention about pick and roll defense, three-point defense, interior defense. These things are not mutually exclusive. Like a team is not going to say, hey, for the next 30 minutes, we're going to shoot threes from this thing over here in the corner. Or for the next 30 minutes, we're just going to do layup lines at the rim. Nah. What they do is they get you into your position of weakness and they pick at it. And over the course of time, they accumulate stats in each column. Right? You take away, you have your tag man on the, they're taking away the driving lane. And now 3-pointers are there. You showed up your pick and roll defense, but now your 3-point defense suffer. All these things are not mutually exclusive, right? You're like, I'm gonna blitz the pick and roll and keep our heels above the 3-point line, and now you're giving up a layup line at the rim, and you're like, oh man, we just kept giving up points at the rim. Nah, these things are not mutually exclusive. All these things are tied in, they go together. You have to fix them together, right? Hey, on that note, Cowboy Bob, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Thank you everybody for rocking. Thank you, Cowboy Bob,
Good night, guys.
and enlightening everybody about pick and roll defense and all that stuff, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Hey, y'all, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a great night, man. I'm gonna try to see y'all tomorrow night. Peace, y'all.
Peace.